Leo, hello everyone. Hello again. If you, I hopped into Hio's stream for a little bit. I was joking that I would hop in, and then she was like, "Okay, hop in," and so I was like, "Bet," and then I hopped in. I played like a couple games. We played like 3 games of Repo on her channel. If you guys missed it, you guys can go check out Hiyori Mokami's channel and catch up on the shenanigans. It was pretty funny, so you should go watch that. We have a lot of stuff to get through today, so I want to start like really right on time and yeah, talk about a lot of stuff. So first off, we have the Gunpla winners. I'm going to talk a little bit again about the thought process by which we chose the winners, because I don't want anyone to feel too sad. It was really difficult. I want you guys to know that because everyone did such an amazing job. All the entries were so good, and I really wish we had more prizes. I even thought about asking staff for more prizes, but unfortunately, it's a little too late for that. But I will talk about like kind of the process and also some runner-ups. I didn't write those down though. Oops. I should have written it down. But there were a couple of runner-ups for all the categories that were like really close. So I want to talk about those, and then we have a couple really cool stuff happening. So we're going to talk about some announcements after that. And yeah, very exciting. Give me a second. Oh, everyone's been having a good Friday. I got me some matcha, so I have a matcha here, and it was really funny. I went to go get the matcha latte at a neighborhood store, and I actually ran into my neighbor. Well, I didn't run into my neighbor. I ran to my neighbor's girlfriend. She was walking the dog, and so we went to the cafe together, and it was really nice. We got to go like hang out at the cafe a little bit. and then I came home, and then I saw Hio was still streaming, and that's how it all shook down earlier. So that's what I was doing today. I've been really busy because I fly out tomorrow to my business trip, and I am not ready. I actually packed earlier this week, and thank God I did, because now I'm like, what the fuck do I wear tomorrow? And actually, on my way to the business trip, I am stopping by and seeing a certain magical girl. So I'm gonna be seeing a certain magical girl sometime very soon, but just for like a really short period of time. It's just a layover. I'm not actually going to stick around in Korea for very long. So we'll be hanging out just for like a couple hours. But that's really exciting. Excited to see her, and I'll be seeing some other friends out there too for that very few hours that I'm there before I go to my final destination. I'll be sure to keep you guys posted. So actually, that's the first thing I should talk about is my first announcement is that I will be going on a little break starting tomorrow, and I will not be back. I'm gonna say I won't be back. Let's just say I will be back on the 1st of May. Because I'll be back a little bit sooner than that, but I don't know if I'll be able to stream right away because I have a lot of work to catch up on once I get back too. So that's tentatively, I'm thinking I leave tomorrow, and then I'll be back on the 1st of May. Yeah, May. I was like, what's the next month after this month? It's been a crazy time. So yeah, that's the first little announcement, is that I will be gone for, what is that? That's like almost 2 weeks. So I will be out for 2 weeks, but you guys are used to that by now because my schedule has just been all over the place, as y'all know, for the last year. The next announcement is we're gonna be talking about the winners. Let's talk about the winners. So again, it was really difficult. We're gonna talk about the staff winners first. Maybe not. I don't know what what order this is in, but the winners will be contacted by staff via the VNU. They'll send you a DM from like everyone in the sheet. When you submitted your thing, you should have sent in your Discord information. So whatever you sent in there, staff will contact you via a VNU Discord. name, and we'll get your information to send you out a prize that will be done via Kawa. And that'll happen sometime next week. So even if you win now, you're not going to get a DM right away because staff is off, because right now is Saturday in Korea time and all of staff is in Korea. So you will not be getting a message until sometime next week. I don't know when they will message you. So just don't worry if you don't get a message right away. Just give it some time. And if by the time I come back, you still haven't received the message, I will sort that for you. But do not worry. If you won, you're not going to get a message immediately. Please give it some time because staff is off for the weekend. And then we'll get it to you. Don't worry. I'm going to be gone for a while, so it's going to be hard for me to follow up, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, so that's the plan for that. So let's announce our very first winner. Drum roll. First winner is, for the most creative, we have High Gunner. Yeah! Everyone, please give a round of applause to High Gunner for winning the most creative. I thought that the reason why High Gunner was picked for the most creative slot was because of the composition with the cat. Very integral part. I thought it was really cool that you incorporated a cat into it. I thought it was really creative that you even used just like what was it, clay to create parts of the outfit. And I also thought it was really cool that you even printed this wallpaper background for the photo. I think that's like super fun and creative. All things that, you know, you kind of went, how do I explain? I think the part of the creative part of that was, even if it wasn't like particularly model kit in itself, you really went outside of that scope and found ways to like really incorporate the Leora themes into your submission and incorporate a lot of things like the cats and stuff like that to really add to the Leora-ness of it. We had this category was extremely hard for me because, again, I wanted to keep the most creative category to be a little bit less on the more because I have the Leora category too, so it was a really tough call to make. And there were so many other ones that I also wanted to pick. The second runner up for this one was I should have written this down. I am completely incredibly disorganized today, so you're gonna have to just bear with me a little bit. The runner-up for this one was Domo Lurking, because I thought it was really creative that you used your computer screen as the background for the Uma Musume. That was the horse entry, if you're not familiar. Wait, let me let my cat out. Give me a second. Speaking of cats. Ooh. Uma pyoe. That was a really close second one. I like that it was creative in that you kind of used the camera angles to do some silly things with that. So that was a very close runner-up for that one as well. So thank you guys so much for the entries. That's the first prize. The second one is, I don't even know what order this is in. Drum roll, please. It is staff pick. Char wants staff pick. Wait, I have notes from staff. Let me find the staff. Staff gave me notes. Where is the notes? Let me find Mane-chan's notes. Where did she write this? Was this in this channel? No. Was it in this channel? Nope. This channel? Yes. She said, so the runner-up for staff pick was Drew Drews also. She said, Drew Drews had a funny video. So she just wrote, my reasoning, Drew Drews, funny video. Char, cat. That's all she wrote. And then she had staff vote. And so staff picked Char's entry. And so Char won staff's pick. So congratulations, Char. Those are the staff comments. I thought the staff comments were very funny. The cat is a little OP. I shouldn't invest in a cat. Yeah, the cat was a little OP, not gonna lie. So, and also obviously Char's skills are incredibly OP. So, amazing entry by Char. Absolutely deserved. And the next one, our last one will be the Leora. What was the category even called? The Leora-like? What a most Leora-like? Drumroll please! This one was a really hard one, but this one is Lyra-themed. It is Ghosty-chan wins this category, and the runner-up on this one was Cardogath as well. Thank you guys so much for the amazing entry. This one was such a hard one to pick. I had a lot of runner-ups for this one, but ultimately it came down to Ghosty-chan versus Cardogath. But Ghosty-chan, I really thought you pushed it over with the 3D printing. I thought that was incredible. Really loved the little additions that were done there, and also, like I said before, I got some help from from Rumi-chan and some of my IRL friends for which ones they liked. So that helped me with my decisions. I picked like a couple for them, and then they got to pick. So yeah, thank you guys, and congratulations to everyone who won. You will be contacted, I don't know when, sometime next week, probably. Give me a second. A whole panel of judges. Yeah, we got a mini panel of judges. So congratulations to everyone who won. Thank you again to everyone who entered, even if you didn't win. It was an incredibly, and I'm not even just exaggerating. If you looked at the entries, if you saw the entries, you will know how difficult it must have been for me to pick these entries, because everyone had so many incredible submissions, like impossible to pick. Impossible. Very difficult to pick. But I think that, you know, we did our best to pick something, and I hope that it was fun for everyone, even if you didn't win. Hopefully we can do more of these in the future. I thought this was really, really cool and really fun, and I'm glad that it seemed like a lot of you guys were really invested too, and that's really awesome. And I hope that, just like I was, that everyone is inspired now to do more and to try different things that maybe you wouldn't have tried before. So yeah, man, I love Plamo, you guys. It's so funny because we keep calling it internally. We call it the Gunpla contest, and that's why you've seen us like typo Gunpla like everywhere. Like it was called this. The stream was called announcing Gunpla winners. Like we've just been calling it internally Gunpla contest, and now it's just like in my brain. All of the files that they've sent me, that staff has sent me, is named Gunpla contest. It's so hard, but I was trying my best to make it like all inclusive and stuff, so that's why we changed it to Plamo contest, right? But it was very, very confusing for me too. I had been watching tutorials all afternoon. Hell yeah, definitely inspired. That's awesome. It was great seeing everyone's. Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of fun. So fun. It was just fun to make Plamos again. That's really awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. And you know, the awesome thing about all of this is like, as much as you guys tell me that I inspire you guys to do things, you guys inspire me too so much, and I just feel like I gain so much. I gain the most out of all these things, so it's just really awesome to see. Thank you guys so much, and thank you for all the entries. I was actually really blown away at how many people actually entered the contest and how many awesome submissions that we got. Like, just incredibly blown away. Super, super, super amazing, and just grateful, incredibly grateful. So thank you guys so much for making one of my dreams a reality. You guys know my sad sob story. My sad sob story of high school when I tried to make a Gunpla club. So like, this is literally a dream come true for me, and it means like so much to me that we were able to do this. So thank you guys so much. Next, we have a very, very, very big announcement. If we got a drum roll, we have a big announcement. It is what did you know? It's coming mid-April. What does that mean? Anyone know? That means that it's very close to my 3rd year of streaming as Leora. So we have, ta-da! Leora's 3D concert, 3rd anniversary concert. Woo! this is what I've been slaving away at for the last like 3 months or so. And it's yeah, no, it's been crazy. It is being done at home, so please keep your expectations very, very low. It is not gonna be like a studio recording 3D, so I do hope you keep your expectations incredibly low for, you know, we'll do as much as we can do, but you guys have seen what it's like when we have Mokopi trackers, so they're not always gonna be the best, and it's kind of, you know, always comes with a little bit of quirks or jank, whichever way you want to look at it. So just be aware that it is not going to be perfect, and that I hope you guys do not, you know, carry too many expectations for what it is. However, staff, everyone in staff, and I, and the guests that we are going to be having in this concert have all worked really, really hard for this, and I really am excited to show you guys some of the stuff. There's a lot of guests, there's a lot of really awesome people that are going to be joining in, and I'm just like so grateful. You know, to even be able to have this opportunity, I'm really, really grateful and appreciative to staff and to everyone who, I don't know, made this happen. This is like a dream come true for me. Hello, DK. Welcome. It's a dream come true for me, so I'm really excited and really happy and just so grateful, you know? I don't know if you guys know, but when I debuted, this was one of my goals and one of the dreams that I had, and even though it's gonna be a little jank and maybe not like perfect in the way that it could be, everyone worked really hard. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. You guys can start making guesses at what songs you might see, who's singing them, what guests will be there, you know, all those things. So I'm very overwhelmingly excited. I hope you guys are too. And this, so okay, we have the announcement. It is not happening on the anniversary. The anniversary is what, May 6th, I believe. It's not gonna be May 6th. We're not nearly done. It'll be closer towards the end of May. We don't have a solid date yet because it will kind of depend on how some other things pan out. You know, as you guys know, with these things, it's a little bit difficult to predict, and we're still putting together a lot of the stuff and a lot of the resources and assets and stuff for it. So I don't have a full date for you yet. I apologize. There's no date yet. But as soon as we have a date, we will announce it on Twitter. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We will be making a full announcement with all the details as soon as we actually have them, because we don't have them right now. Can't rush perfection. Please do not expect perfection. It's gonna it is janky, but it is with a lot of love. It is with its problems, but it is with a lot of heart and a lot of love and a lot of care. So I hope that is okay and enough. So yeah, yay! I'm really excited. Yay! I have another announcement. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to segue best into this. After the concert, I will be ceasing activities as Leora. And that will be happening on May 25th. I wanted to talk about it in this way. There's a lot. I have a lot to tell you guys. We have a lot to talk about right now. We're going to talk about it right now. We're going to talk about a lot of things. And it's obviously really difficult for me to talk about, but I wanted to talk about it in this way because, first of all, I didn't want to make a formal announcement thing because I just hate that so much. I don't want people who don't know who I am, who haven't been in my community, to talk about it or to know about it even. I actually don't want anybody besides you guys to know. And there's no way for me to do that. And this is like the best way that I could think of to do it, is to try to do it in this way. I don't now. Great. Thank you, Mr. Long. It's a lot. There's a lot to it. I'm trying to figure out where to start. So basically, I don't want people outside my community to know. So I would appreciate it if you guys did not make it a big deal. And I would appreciate it if you guys didn't tell other people, or, you know, I think once the graduation happens, it's not a formal graduation. I'll explain that in a bit, but I'm going to call it a graduation because that's what we're used to calling it. It's not a graduation though, but I'll talk about that later. I don't want people to speculate. I don't want people to put words in my mouth. I think when I graduate, I want it to be a big celebration. I want this concert to happen. I want it to be cool. I want everyone to be excited. I think it's going to be really awesome. But until then, I actually don't really want, I mean, we saw what happened before, right? I don't want any speculation about what's going on, because I'm going to tell you right now, in a second, about what's happening and why and everything. I'm about to tell you. So hang on to your butts for a second. We'll talk about it. And I'm going to walk you through everything. But I know that people who are not in my community would not hang on to their butts, and they wouldn't sit around and wait to listen. So that's why I don't want it to really leave, if possible. I mean, I know that's not entirely possible. And I know that people who want to be dramatic are going to be dramatic about it. The first thing I'm going to say is that there will not be a formal announcement from VNU for a while. So there's a couple of reasons for this. First of all, again, I don't want it to be a thing. I don't want people to speculate. I don't want whatever, right? Like, I don't want any attention around this, whether it's negative or positive or whatever. So we are not and I'm going on it's not vacation. I'm going on a business trip. I'm going on a business trip starting tomorrow. I'm going to be not here, right? For 2 weeks. I don't want, sorry, I keep repeating myself, but obviously this is a really difficult thing to talk about. There's a couple parts. The first part is I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, knowing all this information that I've known for a very long time. I wanted to give you guys enough time to process it. I wanted to give you guys enough time to understand what was going on. I wanted to give you guys that space even before I left, because otherwise it'd be 2 weeks of silence, and then I'd come up and be like, by the way, I'm graduating, which I think sucks, because for 2 weeks I was gone, and then now I'm like, I'm leaving, or, you know, whatever. I didn't want it to be like that. So that's why I chose to tell you guys before I decided, and that's why I chose to tell you guys before I left. That's the first reason. And then I don't want to make a statement. I don't want VNU to post a statement and then me be gone for 2 weeks and people speculate and people say things, and then I'm not given a space or time to actually talk about it and to address it. That was something I was very afraid of. So I have asked them to not post an announcement until I get back, right? So I didn't want an announcement because I don't want people to talk, because no one actually is going to watch this stream besides you guys. And so, I mean, as long as it doesn't leave between the community, right? Like, if people want to take my clips and whatever, like, I can't stop them. I can't stop them from doing whatever they want to do. But if it's not on Twitter, at least, other people they can't really talk about it. So that was the reason why. I'm sorry. I'm being so like uneloquent right now, but I'm sure you guys understand. It's like difficult thing. I should have written things down, but I'm just not good at writing things down. I also was like I didn't want to talk about it, so obviously I was like avoiding it. So, you know, you can't really blame me, but now that it's happening, I'm like, I should have probably written something down. That's why we decided not to post the announcement right away. So I hope that makes sense. And I know that might be a little bit anxiety inducing for some people, but I'm going to break it down in a second. So I have a couple like questions that I'll be answering too. So first of all, oh, Leo, you said you're not graduating. You said you're ceasing activity. What does that mean? Okay, we're doing the thing that a lot of people talk about with Hololive and Ame. That's kind of what we're doing. So what does that mean for us specifically? Not for Hololive Ame. What does that mean for Leora VNU specifically? That means that from May 25th, I will no longer be streaming as Leora. However, I could still potentially show up for big events. I could show up in future VN Universe episodes, and I will show up in VNU episodes. Even after I leave, because we've already recorded a bunch, right? But before I leave, or after I leave, they might still invite me to like do things, and I will probably participate if they invite me to do things. So I'll still be a part of a VNU essentially. And another thing that VNU has incredibly graciously offered to me is that I have been allowed to, at any point in time, basically, return as Leora. As soon as after I leave and VNU, like we have a conversation, they have allowed me to actually come back at any time if I want to. So what does that mean? That means I actually chose to leave, right? So I want to talk about that too. There's a lot to talk about in that regard, but essentially I have been given the option to come back. However, my decision to leave is my own decision. And I do not want people to think about this. I don't want you guys to think about it as a hiatus, because I don't want to give you guys the false hope that I will come back. Does that make sense? Sorry, does that make sense? I don't want you guys to expect me to come back. It is possible that I could. And again, VNU has been so kind and gracious to me to allow me to, but I don't want you guys to expect that or to hope for that or to wait for that, because that's not the reason why I'm leaving, right? So, sounds like everything's on good terms. Yes, it is like it's on extremely good terms. The first thing to talk about, because I'm sure everyone's like, why are you leaving? I'm sure you have heard many, murmurings when other girls graduated. A lot of the other girls that graduated were unhappy with their situations, and I'm sure they've talked about it. And there's like no perfect company. And I think people are slowly starting to realize that with a lot of the Hololive stuff too. But there's no perfect company, and everyone has different grievances. And like, I believe Kiara said this in a recent stream, where it's, even if you fix one thing that someone was unhappy with, that wouldn't necessarily make everybody happy or solve all the problems. And that's the same with any company. I want to say for the record, I'm not unhappy with any of the VNU staff. The VNU staff have been incredibly amazing and gracious to me. Obviously, we've had our ups and downs. There have been times where I was unhappy with VNU staff. There was times where I was unhappy being at VNU. You guys probably are very well aware of this, where I straight up have just said, like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy right now. There have been times, but as of right now, like April 2025, VNU has been nothing but supportive to me and nothing but great to me. And so you might be going like, then why would you leave? There's a couple things. First of all, I was under a 3-year contract, and this is the first time that my contract is up. It is actually expiring at the end of May. So I have chosen to not renew my contract. That's the first reason. That's the timing. That's why it's around my 3rd anniversary. That's why this is all going on. So why did I choose to not renew my contract? You might be asking. I think there's so many reasons, obviously, but one of the things is that it's been 3 years. I've been doing this for actually over 3 years if you count like the pre-debut period. I've been doing like the same thing for 3 years. Much too little, not little, but to limited success. And I think I just am ready for something new and to just start fresh, I guess. That is kind of where my head is at. I just needed some change. And I think it's not because of staff and anything else. I think I just needed a new something, a new scenery, right? And I felt that At VNU, I couldn't get that. The second part is, as you may have heard many murmurings of, there is a new direction. So VNU is going to be rebranding. There's going to be new direction. They're doing a new everything. The way that they are changing things internally is in a new way. And I think it's really cool. I'm sure you guys have heard other girls say that too. It's really cool. And there's a lot of cool stuff that they're doing. However, I cannot see myself in that, if that makes sense. So I feel like I just don't fit the new paradigm, which is fine. Like, absolutely fine. That is not my fault. That is not the company's fault. It just is a different way. And they're not forcing that on us, by the way. It's a kind of a choice. We can choose to participate in some of the new stuff. But I think it's just like a shift. And I think it was like, oh, this seems like a good time to probably split, right? Like, it's like, part of that is like, oh, that's great that they're doing this, and I'm happy that they're doing this. I think that's great for the company, and I think the company's gonna grow, and that's really awesome. I just don't envision like a reality in which I fit into that. So it gave me a really good, I guess, like timing, right? Contract's up, they're shifting direction. I want something new. It all just lined up perfectly for me. And I was talking to staff about this too, but I want everyone to know that, like, genuinely, there is probably no talent or even staff member that loves VNU as much as I do. And I know that sounds fake as fuck because I'm leaving, but like, it's really crazy to think about like 3 years ago and now. And I know like almost none of the staff from 3 years ago are still there. It's changed hands many times internally too. And really, like, nobody loves this company more than me. And if I could have it my way, I'd stay too, but it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. When we started, it was like me and 3 staff members and then some other talents. I found this photo of like me with like a bunch of the other talents that had left now. The only one that's still there from that time is Lofi. It were the twins, and then there was actually somebody else too that was there before. I don't know if I've ever talked about that, or if anyone has ever talked about that. But there was somebody else who was there pre-debut, and it was like a photo of all of us like hanging out in VTube studio in a Discord call, and like, it's pretty crazy to think about that time and to think about now and how much VNU has changed and improved. Like, absolutely. I mean, obviously I have nostalgia, but like, I do not miss those times. Those were hard times. VNU was a shit show back then. I don't think people understand how much better VNU has gotten since then. Like, back then, I kid you not, like, I was doing so much for the company too. There was a point where like it was really funny, like Kokone was having all of her meetings in Japanese because the producer at the time only spoke Korean and Japanese. He didn't speak English. And then there was whenever we did group meetings, I was like live translating for her. It was a different place. I mean, people are gonna call it nepotism, but like, I think I've mentioned this, but for a period of time, I hired a bunch of my friends from the gaming industry to help. So actually Olaf, for example, she was a manager and like a translator. She is like my childhood friend. Her aunt and my mom went to high school together. Patrick, for example, is somebody that I knew for a very long time. We used to work together. And I actually, Triggle, I adopted from Patrick when Patrick had his second child. There's just like a, you know, it's really, it goes really deep. And obviously I brought in people that I really trusted and that I knew were competent, and you know, those, like, it's, this company is more to me than people know. Obviously all those people are not here anymore, and that's totally fine, and that's not the reason why I'm leaving at all. Like I said, I think the current staff, everyone is amazing. Everyone has been absolutely incredible to me. You know, when I first said, like, I'm thinking of leaving, the producer straight up, the current producer, he's an incredible guy. He straight up, he hasn't been produced for that long either. And he looked at me, or not looked at me because we were on Discord, but he, you know, I was like, hey, I want to leave. He went, what can we do to get you to stay? That's what he said to me. He said, well, he's like, whatever we can do, like, we can try and we'll make it happen if that means you can stay. Which I'm so grateful for. And I didn't bring up all of the affiliate stuff. He was like, I want you to know that, like, if any time you want to come back as Leora, you are like, you always have a home here. He told me that. And I'm just like blown away. Like, so much, you know, love, right? I was absolutely just very touched that he would say that to me. And again, he hasn't known me that long because he only became producer like somewhat recently. But he's a really good guy, and Venue's in really good hands. Like, I trust him 100%. Like, whatever he does, I think will be great. But I think there's things that, you know, internal things for me, my heart. There's other things, other factors that staff has very little control over that is kind of has led me to my decision to leave. So I'm not spewing propaganda. I'm being just incredibly as transparent as I possibly can. And he told me I can say all this. I asked, what are my restrictions for talking about graduation? And he said, you can say almost whatever I want. There's a couple things I'm not allowed to say, obviously, because that's just how these things are. But he gave me the go to basically be as transparent as I wanted. So that's kind of yeah. Alex, thank you so much for 18 months of membership. Leo, what did I miss? Oh boy, you missed a you missed a little bit. Just to reiterate, I will Heaven, thank you so much for 10 months of membership. Who am I gonna get Chica Idol Rex from now? I will be stopping activities as Leora on May 25th. The questions that I can not answer, but I will tell you in a weird roundabout way, is I'm not quitting, but I will no longer be streaming as Leora. That's all I can say about that matter. I know you guys have questions. I know you guys might be wondering things, but I can't talk about that side. So I want you to know that that is my official stance, and that is the limit of which I can say that. Shadowbow, thank you so much for 29 months of membership. So many mixed feelings. No, trust me too. She's so hot, regard. No, Miwa, you are so hot. Leora love though. Yeah, it's just, and so I'll talk about like what my plan is after this stream, or after I get back from my trip in a little bit. But that's the general gist. What will happen to membership? Yeah, I'll talk about that. Let me add that to my list here. Sorry, gathering my thoughts. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I missed in terms of like being transparent. Jay Oliver, thank you so much for 28 months of membership. I support you, thank you. But how do I timestamp this? You probably should just not timestamp this, but I really appreciate it, Jay. I do appreciate it. Or you can timestamp it up to the concert announcement, and then don't timestamp anything after that. Yeah, it's a hard conversation. It's a hard thing to talk about, right? It's a hard thing to talk about. I'm not dying or anything. You know, I'll be watching from Valhalla. But it's hard. It's bittersweet, and I'm sure that many of you are sad, not just for me, but for kind of like the death of the character, right? I mean, I'm not dying, but it is kind of a death of a character in a way. And no, it's hard. It's really hard. And like even the Gunpla content. So, I can answer this question because I'm sure you guys are wondering, how long have I known, or how long has this been decided? It's been decided for a very long time. It's been decided since maybe last year, December or November. I guess it's not that long of a time, but that was kind of around the time where we were like, oh, we got to talk about contract renewal. And that's when I started thinking, right? Chachi, thank you so much for 29 months of membership. Master, thank you for the super chat. I'll miss this design so much. Thank you. I know. I'm really sad too. Oh, he's a mama. If there's, wait, let me see. If there's anything stream elements, I'm not seeing it because it's coming up behind the thing. Okay, it's not. Let me just move the alerts. Where the frick are my alerts? Here they are. Darina, thank you so much for 30 months of membership. Mimi, thank you for the super chat. I guess I'll admit now, but I was playing a cosplay of you for off-kind. I think I'll still do it. Aww. I would love to see it regardless. I can't wait to see your cosplay. Please make sure it follows cosplay guidelines and you don't get bonked, because my costume is a little, you know. Yeah, so we will have triple rare merch. It's still up, so you can still get that. And we will be having anniversary merch very soon. I hope you guys are excited for the anniversary merch because it looks so good. It looks so good. And it was the first time that we got to pick items for our anniversary. I mean, it was like all three of us had to pick together, but it was basically me and Kokone picking. So that'll be going up with the anniversary. Obviously, we also have a little cover prepared for the anniversary, so I hope you guys are looking forward to the anniversary. There's a lot of really cool and exciting stuff happening. Will that merch stay up? So the way that merch will work, I don't remember the official date. I'm so sorry. I think that'll be when the VNU announcement goes up. You guys can check that, but it'll be the anniversary and standard merch will all be up a little extra longer than normal. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be like a month after I graduate. So normally they only give you a month, but it'll give me a month as soon around graduation. So it'll extend it by like 20 days or so, which is pretty cool. So we'll have merch for a little bit longer too. It's too late to say I consider you as one of my Oshi ever since I found your channel. Oh, I really appreciate that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you guys know. The most important thing for me, obviously, is me. That's number one and most. I'm not ever gonna lie about that. I will always do what I think is best for me. But number two, the most important thing for me is you guys, right? So the most important thing for me is am I happy? And then number two is, are you guys happy? And I want to make sure that anytime I make a big decision like this, or that I do things, that it is really thinking about your best interest as well. And that's why this stream has been crafted in this particular way. That's why I like, there's so many things that I've tried to think about to make sure that I try to make it the most optimal and comfortable way of saying you know, goodbye as Leora possible. Yeah. It's because it's hard, right? Like, this shit's hard. I hate this shit. I hate this shit. You hate this shit. But sometimes it's just gotta be done. It's just gotta be done. And I hope that, you know, maybe a year from today, you'll be like, oh, I understand. Maybe not even a year from today. Maybe just a couple months from today. After I graduate, you'll be sad and stuff, but then you'll think about it and think about everything and be like, I get it. I understand why she did this. And I really hope that that time comes. And I hope that you guys can all, you know, feel like you completely understand, even if you don't know the whole situation, that you understand most of the situation, and that you can see why I decided to do all the things that I did, right? Zelda, thank you so much for the dono. See, that's the beauty of it. Your happiness is our happiness. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I'll always get it. Already do. I understand. I'm so sad closing this chat. No, me too, man. Me too, man. It's been hard. You know, I think I could talk about this now. Do you know VNU staff are so goated and great? I really cannot emphasize that enough. Like, genuinely, VNU staff have been nothing but amazing to me. I don't think people know this, but for example, did you know, and always, every time it changed hands, you know, too, did you know that there was a point in which I was being bullied at the company, and staff stepped in and were super quick to help me and to help de-escalate the situation and basically protect me. So that happens too. And luckily, that's like a very long time ago, but there's just so many things like that I think about my time at VNU. Just like how much staff has always cared for me and cared about me and have really gone out of their way for me. And I will never forget that. There are like so many things that I think people just don't know. Like, you don't see stuff like that, right? And I'm not the only one going through this stuff, right? There's so many people out there that go through these things, and sometimes there's people who their staff abandons them, or their staff joins in on the bullying and staff is bullying them. I've known girls who've been bullied by their managers, and I've never once ever had that experience. There's times where I've disagreed with staff. There's times where I've fought with staff. Of course. That's just gonna happen, right? Like any corporate environment, you're never gonna agree with them 100%. And I really do hope that you guys will take everything that I'm saying and understand that, like, it's not about what VNU did to me. I feel like that's the narrative nowadays, right? Like, if someone leaves anywhere, the narrative is, what did the company do to them? How did the company wrong them? The company must have wronged them. But sometimes you just leave because it's your time to leave. Sometimes you leave because you disagree with things, but it's not necessarily someone's fault, right? And I really, 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 really strongly want to emphasize that. And if this company was actually that bad, I would fight tooth and nail on my way out. And you guys know I would do that because I'm kind of a petty bitch. I would do that. But I have no reason to lie to you guys about this at all. At all. I have nothing to gain. Actually, I have a lot to lose by saying stuff like this, right? I have so much more to gain if I were just drama farming. If I were saying like, yeah, fuck VNU's worst place ever, and they bullied me, and that's why I'm gonna leave because I hate this company and corpos suck. Like, I could do that. I could leave kicking and screaming, and that would actually, I'd probably be more successful for it. I'd probably, ironically, I'd probably get more opportunities if I did that. Isn't that crazy to think about? But I'm not going to, because I don't need to do that, because I have actually no malice at all towards the company. None. And I would not have even accepted the affiliates. Think of how much easier it would be if I just said, I'm going to graduate and I'm gone forever, goodbye. Would be way easier for me. But now we have to, staff and I were like, what do we call this? Affiliate? Wait, seizing of streaming activities? Like, we're like, can we make up a new word for this? It's really difficult to even talk about this in a way that is accurate to the situation, right? Which is why I really wanted to explain it. Master, thank you so much for the super chat. Clip, shift, and dramatude. Yeah, like, I think, you know, I feel bad. And if there's any VNU girls watching, I'm so sorry. We basically didn't tell anybody that this was gonna happen today, or even at all. I'm sure you guys saw some of the other stuff that was going on, but we were extremely careful. And like I said, my biggest priority is you guys. And the worst case scenario would be if it somehow got leaked and if there was speculation, or if someone said, Lyra is going to be announcing her graduation on this date. Like that would have been, I would have hated that. I would have actually, like, at that point, I don't know what I would have done. I would have not done the stream. I don't know. I would have been so upset. I feel like I would have done something irrational if that happened. So I talked to staff, and this was kind of like, we decided that this was going to be the best foot forward. So if you are a VNU girl watching, I will write an apology later. I do apologize. I'm so sorry that it had to be this way, but that's just how it is right now. that's just the way things are right now. And I want to first and foremost protect my community. Like, that's like, I don't really, I'm sorry, but that's my priority always. I don't give a shit about tourists. I don't give a shit about randos. Like, I don't care about any of that. Like, why would they care if I'm graduating or not? They just want something to be upset about. They don't care if I'm leaving or not. So, yeah. Yeah. It sucks that that's just the way that it had to be. But it is what it is. Baden Lily, thank you so much for the super chat. Your honesty and transparency about both the business and mental health side of things is why you're my favorite of all time. We trust you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been trying, you know, to be incredibly transparent, and I was really worried that me leaving would make people think that VNU was a bad place, and it's really not. It really isn't. I would say that I've heard many stories of many other corpos that don't exist anymore, that still exist, and I think VNU is one of the best corpos to be at. I really do think so. Like, I can say that genuinely. There's a lot of good things. There's a lot of things they're doing right. There's a lot of good things. And they really do. If you ask for things, they'll give it to you, right? Even though, like, Plamo contest was very last minute. It wasn't super last minute, but it was pretty last minute because I was trying to really push for it to happen in this timeline. And they made it happen. And I think, like, it's crazy that it even happened, honestly. So, yeah. Anyway. I'm babbling. Let's talk about what my goals are and what I'm going to do when I come back. Because I think that's probably another thing that you guys are curious about. So let's talk about that. First of all, when I come back, from my business trip, I will be doing my fucking darndest to stream as much as possible. As much as possible. I will be completely neglecting all of my friends for a couple weeks. It'll be, but the thing is, I'm not going to be streaming like every day because I still need to do stuff for like the concert and for other things, right? So that's what's gonna, so you have to, even though I say that, I'm not going to be here all the time because but I will be doing everything for graduation and stuff, right? So just keep that in mind. It's not gonna be like every day or anything. I have a lot of work that I need to do, and there's a lot of things I want to wrap up. What are the things that I want to wrap up, for example? First of all, there's a lot of the membership stuff. I'm really behind on Whale Curry stuff. I will get all of the Whale Curry stuff done before I leave. And if for whatever reason I do not finish, I will make sure that staff gets it to you guys somehow, even after, for whatever reason. If you are a Whale Curry and you have been a Whale Curry for a couple months and you maybe missed a couple months, do not worry. I will give you all the stamps anyway. I'm just gonna finish it out. We're gonna cap it out. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna do everything. Everyone's gonna get all their stuff, and it's gonna be great. The membership, as we had said before too, we were not going to continue it anyway after this year. That had always been the plan. It was kind of just like the first one. So yeah, please, if you are a Whale Curry, please get your redeems in, please. It would help me so much so that I can actually power through them. If you don't get them in, I'll make an announcement, but like if you don't get them in by X date, then I can't promise that I'll get them done. Let me write that down actually. If you don't get your Whale Curry thing in by X date. Yeah. And I wanna finish Dona Dona. That's one of my goals, is to finish Dona Dona. So that's gonna be primarily what I'll be streaming solo in my last month. However, I will be really prioritizing collabs, particularly collabs with people that I basically will not be able to collab with anymore, which would be people in VNU. Other people, you know, wherever I am, I can still do stuff with, but like after this, it's gonna be difficult. So, yeah, that's gonna be part of my priorities of things to do, and is that it? I thought there was gonna be more. Yeah, that's my plan right now. I don't know. This is a hard thing to talk about. I should have fucking written this down. I don't know. I can't think of it. It's gonna be, we're gonna be doing a anniversary stream. We haven't confirmed if Lofi will be there yet, but if she can be there, she will be there. And I'm sure you guys are asking about, like, you're curious about what's happening to everybody else in Symphoria. So I'm gonna be very transparent. I don't know. The first answer, please do not bother any of them about it. I don't know what's happening, but the other answer is for Kokone in specific, because as you guys know, she and I are very close. Her contract is not the same as mine. That's all you need to know. It doesn't end the same time as mine. That's all. I don't know what she'll do at the end of her contract. That's not, you know, I'm not my business. And it's also, even if I knew, it's not my place to tell. But I don't want people to be like, why isn't Kokone leaving with Leora or whatever? Why should she? Because she's her own person. But if you are wondering that, or if you are curious or whatever, that's, first of all, her own prerogative. Second of all, she has a different contract end anyway. So it doesn't matter. She couldn't leave with me even if she wanted to. So that's that. I want to just say that out loud. And whatever she decides to do, I respect 100%, obviously. And she is welcome to, you know, I respect any decision that she decides to make for herself. Lofi, again, same thing. She's her own person. I have no idea. So that one you're gonna have to see, I guess, if she makes a statement. And then obviously, please do not bother anybody else in VNU about it. Please don't mention it or bring it up even. I think this is just like a general rule of thumb for everybody and anyone in any VTuber situation, not just graduations, but please do not mention me in other people's chat unless they bring me up first. Unless the person brings me up first, do not mention me in other people's chats. Please, 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 please. And also, obviously, don't mention other people in my chat. Unless I mention them first. Also, I think, like, people don't realize that the other awkward thing is, like, sometimes that'll happen. I don't think it's happened to me, but like I've seen it happen to other people where like behind the scenes, two people are not getting along, but chat doesn't know that. And then chat will be like, oh yeah, what about like Kokone? And then like secretly we hate each other. Like it's really awkward. So don't do that. You don't know what's going on. It's safer for you to not do that. And it's just rude anyway. Either way. Even if they are on good terms, it's weird and rude. But yeah. What else? I don't know. Okay, question time. Do you guys have any questions for me? I can't promise I'll answer them, but if there's anything I didn't address, I would love to take the moment right now to address everything so that there's no confusion and nobody's left in the dark about anything. And I can't promise that I can answer everything, but you're welcome to ask me questions now. Can I ask what'll happen to the channel VODs and music? It'll still be up there. It'll be there probably forever? Question mark? I don't know. Membership will end though. Membership will end and channel VODs and music should stay there. What will happen to your standard merch on GeekJack? I believe they'll remove that so I think it's, okay, don't quote me on the day, but I'm pretty certain it'll be June 25th that all of the merch will be removed. So including anniversary and standard merch. You all good? Seem pretty chill, but usually are. I think it won't hit me for a while. I think I was going through it a little bit earlier and I was like shaking a little bit, but now I'm okay. I've gotten it out and I think your guys's reception has been really, really helpful as well. And yeah. So I really, really appreciate you guys giving me such a warm reception for everything and for understanding. That's helped me a lot. And I feel a lot less anxious about it now. So thank you. And thanks for checking in on me. That's very sweet of you. When will the triple rare merch end? We might want some more sleeves and boxes. That's a good question. I will talk to, let me write a note for myself. Same with the, keychains, the pastel melon ones, although those might be sold out anyway. Are they sold out? Maybe they're not sold out. So no more frequency podcast. We will be doing another frequency podcast when I'm back, so we'll still be doing those. Any chance your 3D model will be released? I don't know. I think staff has talked about potentially releasing MMD models for everybody. I don't know if mine will be released in that wave if they do eventually do that. However, I can request for them or give them permission, my blessing, to do so. Whether they want to or not is up to them though. So, will membership, oh, I lost it. Will the membership VODs also disappear with the end of membership? Ooh, probably. I think normally people make membership VODs public, but I think my membership VODs can be a little, I don't want to get them taken out of context, especially with the graduation. So probably not. I think those ones will disappear. Sorry. Oh God. I inhaled my spit. If you are attached to any of those, you can go give those a watch before I graduate. You said you would be our canary for VNU. Anyone you think would be the best person for the job? Next best person for the job. I do not want to speak for somebody else, so I will not say. I will not speak on that matter. But if somebody else, you know, says a similar thing, then you can trust them. However, I think VNU is in really good hands. Like I said, unless the current producer decides like to leave and whatever, and then I don't know what the future holds. But as long as the current producer is where he is, I think VNU is in really capable and good hands, and I think it'll be fine. Oh God, why does it keep doing that? Will we get to chat with you in Discord again before you go? So, that's a good question. We were actually just talking about that. What did we decide on? Let me see. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. It depends on exactly when the Discord server will be up again, but I told them that I don't think it really makes sense for them to open a Lyra server and then me just leave and then there's like a dead server there in general. But if that's something that you guys really care about and you guys would like for me to keep Discord server, or keep my channel open in the VNU Discord server, can you please leave a comment on this video? Just make a note to leave a comment on this video and say that you would like that. And depending on what you guys say, I will let staff know. Your pastel melon one is sold out. Okay, that one's sold out. Thank you for letting me know. Wait, no, someone said it's still up. What will happen to unfinished kits? I'm gonna try to finish some kits on stream, but I can't think of any that I haven't finished that I started besides the Magic Knight Ray Earth one. I think that's the only one that I haven't finished on stream. And besides the Liger one, but the Liger one doesn't count because I started that one off stream. Sorry, I'm back reading. None must know about the yellow pen. Yellow pen lives another day. What will happen to my beloved yellow pen when you leave blue pen? Another membership question. What will be the end date? That I don't know. Staff will probably make that announcement with their announcement when I come back. Founding Father Monument. Yeah, like gotta put like a Mount Rushmore with my face on it. Obviously only if you want. Yeah, well, I want to do whatever I think is also best for you guys. Whatever you guys want, I'm happy to cater to. If that's what you want, then I'm more than happy to do that. Technically you never finish your PS2. Fuck, I didn't finish my PS2. Fan letters, staff will also make a post on the fan letters in their post. I believe they did that for the last one too, like when their last acceptance of fan letters is, but I'm pretty sure they'll send it to me still if you send them in. So I want you to stay forever though, and that's impossible. I know it's impossible, but know that this is a decision that I did not make lightly, and that this is a decision that I believe is better for everybody in the long run. So I hope you can trust me on that. I'm just gonna enjoy the time we have left. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm also gonna enjoy the time we have left too. I am really grateful and I'm really happy to be here, and I'm, you know, just I just like, I don't know, it's so sad that it has to end, right? It is so incredibly sad, and I've cried many times about it already too. But will the 2D models be used here and there as the end nears? Up to you guys. You guys like the 2D model? I thought it would be best to do the 2D model today because the 2D model is a little bit more like, I don't know, it's not as goofy. Hello Raiders, welcome Raiders. Mita, I hope you had a good stream. I'll do my best to actually join stream and not lurk now. No, you don't have to feel pressure to do that, but I do appreciate it. Is everything okay? Everything is a-okay. I love you too. 2D supremacy. Yeah, I also think the 2D model looks generally better, but I do know that the other one's a little more expressive too. King Crab, thank you so much for 31 months of membership. Thank you, thank you. Welcome Raiders. We're just talking about some stuff, some important stuff. Did you know Miss Mita Osita will be in the 3D concert? Spoiler! I bet no one saw that coming. So if you are looking forward to 3D concert, you can look forward to Mita Osita. Leaked. Spoilers already. I know. Mita did so good. Mita did so good. I actually praised her when she sent in her files too. She really sang her heart out and did a really awesome job, and really proud of her. She's come a long way. It's pre-recorded, yeah. Okay, listen, the thing about 3D concerts is that if you do them live, it's fucking awful. The tech issues that you get doing it live, it's just not, it's not worth it. But we're trying to make it so that I can do live MC segments in between though. So those will be live. I love you too, Mita. Yeah, really excited. Corey Dino, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway. Any other questions that anybody has? I work with mocap, can confirm trying to do anything live is awful. It's just like not worth it. It'll just be, the quality will go down by so much. I engineer, thank you so much for 11 months of membership. Just want to say thanks. You reignited my passion for Gunpla and being able to see stuff when the cost sets gave me some ideas. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad. When is the 3D concert again? So the 3D concert is not announced in the date. It really depends on when we can get everything like put together. But currently it's being slated for some time at the end of May. 콘서트 시간은 얼마나 돼요? The concert length, they're asking. The concert length will be probably, I think it's gonna be around an hour and a half or an hour. 1시간 정도 되는 것 같은데요? Have you received any letters recently? I have been mailed them. I haven't received them yet though. So I'll keep an eye out. Yeah, it'll be 60 to 90 minutes. I think that's kind of the oh, I guess I didn't say that in English. That is the goal, but I don't know if that is confirmed. So if it's more or less than that, I'm sorry. Will you do any janky 3D streams like with Mokobi for the memes? I'm so down. I will do them. I will do them. I want to do more of those. The thing about 3D streams sometimes is like, and this is like just me having general anxiety about like Zatsudans too. I'm like, what if I run out of things to say or do? You know? Which is why I like to do the 3D karaoke streams, because I think those are funny and I can just like be silly and, you know, it works out that way. But when I don't have like a topic, I don't really know what to do. When have you ever run out of things to say? I don't know. Sometimes I do, okay? Sometimes I run out of things to say. The real question, what about Marukami Oshiwiwa? Oh, I have an answer for you. Wait, give me a second. Wait, give me a second. I actually have an answer for that one. Wow, it's been, oh my gosh, it's been her death anniversary. Her death anniversary just passed. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? She died last year. She died last year. Would you look at that? Lyra bless, Lyra bless, Lyra bless. We could still recover her body. That's called grave robbing, chat. That's called grave robbing. I don't condone that. She's been dead for over a year now. Her body in the basement must really smell now. It's crazy. How long have you been holding on to that? Since last year. Can I use Monster Reborn? We can bring her back. We have the technology. She got revived for the relay though. She did. She did. She was in the relay, in the karaoke relay. If you guys haven't watched Hio's April Fool's stream, it was really good. She was there in Moteike Sailor Fuku, but I don't have a model for her, so I just did like a I just did my chibi model, which isn't really Wiowa, but it's okay. Wiowa, I'm sorry, I couldn't protect you. We just need a strand of hair. You guys are crazy. No one got the audio nuked. No, rest in peace. Maybe I can ask Hio. Wait, let me ask Hio to post it. I'll ask Hio. Ask Hio to post Moteike Sailor Fuku on Twitter. I'll ask her to post it, or I'll ask her if I can post it on Twitter, and then we'll at least have it on Twitter. I cast Call by the Grave. Monster Reborn. I made a Lyra server and make that make a Lyra server and make that the server icon. I believe somebody made a fan server. You can take this and make it the icon. Yep. I honestly was like, oh, for my last stream, I should stream in this, like, I should have it be like this fucking portrait thing. But the thing is, I'm not dead. It would have been funnier if I was dead, but I'm not dead. It's just like a, yeah, really long hiatus. Just, I'm not dead. It would be funnier though. Yeah. Maybe a coma bed. Wait, that's kind of good. Wait. Coma bed. I'm writing it down. Writing down the ideas. Not just in cryo sleep. Yeah, exactly. Never keep yourself safe. Last stream is as Wiowa. That would be insane. That would be insane. I don't think I have the stamina for that. Pardon my ignorance, but is this a graduation or hiatus? So I explained it a bit earlier, and I'm sorry if you're just coming in. I would suggest watching the VOD because I explain it in a lot more detail, even if it is a little bit scattered. You'll get kind of like the full picture, but essentially I will be remaining as an affiliate. However, I will be ceasing activity. Graduation or hiatus? Yes. Yes, essentially, yes. So I will no longer be streaming here as Leora, but I might be like showing up in random stuff, saying hello, maybe some big events. I'll be there, you know, cool stuff. And I have been given the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity by VNU to come back whenever I want. It's really, I've never heard of a company doing that. Hiatuation. I've really never heard of a company doing that. And I think it's insane and amazing. And I'm really so grateful that they have allowed me to do that. Graiatus. Graiatus? That sounds like a sussy word. Honestly, I don't know why other companies haven't done that before. I think it's because a lot of times people, when they leave, they kind of leave on bad terms. Alumni status. Yeah, alumni status. Gradius. But yeah, that's it's just really, really great, and I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful, and I am absolutely like all, and I think that's why I'm like less sad. The only thing that I'm sad about is obviously like there's like a lot of things that I'm losing here. I'm afraid of, you know, I'm losing Ohisa Mama, which is like the saddest thing ever. I'm losing, you know, potentially some of you guys too. And I think that's so one of the things that was the hardest thing for me to make this decision was I was very, very afraid that I wouldn't see some of you guys ever again, but there's really nothing in my control for that. So that's just how it is, unfortunately. Would you get to keep the Twitter page? So I don't think so, because okay, see, the problem is they have asked me if I wanted to keep the Twitter page. We were talking about this, but I don't want to give people false hope. That's the problem. I don't want to give people the hope that I will be returning or that I'm like still around, because for all we know, I may never come back, right? I'm just gonna be completely blunt and honest, right? For all we know, I might not ever come back, and I really don't want people to expect that, if that makes sense. And I'm worried about if I were to continue doing certain things like tweeting, she has the option, not the obligation. Thank you. That's a really good way to put it. Yeah. Schedule a bunch of ominous tweets to ambush people. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want, because my status is very different than other people. I don't want to create any confusion at all. So I might tweet if, for example, if staff is like, oh, Lyra, we want you in this new episode, and I'm in the episode, I'll tweet that I'm in the new episode, right? So I'll do that. But I'm not gonna, you know, be like, hey, I had a sandwich today. I don't want to like jump scare you guys if it's not something relevant. So I will talk to staff. I forget what the ruling was on that. So it's just been like a crazy fucking last month. Actually more than a month, but minimally it's been a crazy month, as you can imagine. It's been just really hectic, and I'm doing my best. You won't appear in future collabs with other people, not with members of VNU. I don't remember what I believe, wait, can you give me a second? Let me check. I believe there is an official thing on that. I can't say it out loud, but I can check really quick. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know. I don't remember. I can't find it. I can't find it, but there's rules. Oh, wait. Let me see if I can say anything. Okay. I think I can say, I not anytime soon. If that makes sense. Not anytime soon, but maybe in the future. That is what I can say. And obviously I might pop up for stuff occasionally. So that's sorry, I was looking at the document. That is the stance, the official stance right now. So I just want you guys to know, be aware. Now if you don't mind, no, don't jump, don't do it. You have so much to live for. You have so much to live for. Don't do it. You're leaving. I am. Thank you for looking it up. Of course. I want everything on the stream. I want it to be as incredibly as transparent as I possibly can be. And I've basically been given the okay to be as transparent as I can be. And I hope that by me being this fucking transparent, that there will be no speculation or questions or weirdness. I feel like I'm really putting everything on the table here. Can I ask a question? No. Dual logs, you're not allowed to ask questions. I'm not playing Actually, I will play backpack battles. I think it'd be funny if I played backpack battles. What's your biggest weakness? My biggest weakness is anime girls with light green hair, cute face, and big titties. What's your biggest strength? I don't know. I don't know what my biggest strength is. I think I have a lot of strengths, but I don't know what my biggest one is. What's my biggest one? What's my biggest strength? My massive anime titties. I don't know. So Shrek? No. Sure, we'll take it. Speaking your mind. Oh, I think that's a good one. Speaking my mind. There you go. Being, it's my greatest strength, and sometimes it's my greatest weakness. Is I have a hard time lying. Another question. No more questions, Mr. Logs. Have you drink water? I should drink some more water. I had some water earlier a little bit though. I've always appreciated your transparency, and in this moment, who shot one of the mods? Shot logs. Mod Curie Blue shot logs. Message deleted by Mod Curie Blue. Mod Curie Blue straight up pulled the gun. Oh my god. Also, I just love that the mods are, the Mod Curies are color coded. Is just funnier. It's just funnier that it was Mod Curie Blue in particular. Mod Curies in their villain arc. No, I do want to play backpack battles actually. I think it would be funny. I want to play backpack battles. I want to play Nubby. I want to play Peglin. Like, I want to play all the classics. You know? I want to play the classics before I leave, because I feel like those were like core guerrilla things that I did before. Yeah. And I feel like that's like really core to like our community identity. When will you play Raid? Mods! Mods, get his ass! Thank you, Mod Curiello. Mod Curiello got it this time. That's crazy. Imagine the last stream is Raid. That would honestly be really funny. What is your opinion on making fan fiction? So any like fan fiction, fan art, anything, you can continue doing. I just can't promise that I'll actively look at it, but like you can keep making those things. And if you want other people to see it, you can use the tags and stuff. You're welcome to do that. Yeah. I think you just want to make sure. Yeah, of course. Thanks for asking. Like, any like fan stuff, you guys are welcome to continue doing. Yeah, we'll still do karaoke stuff. We'll still, you know, yeah. Will you getting all the proceeds in the final stream? That's a good question. I don't know. Probably. I think they've done that for everybody else, right? So I would assume that that would happen for me too, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Will last streams be more special? I don't know. I have no like what do people do? I like, the thing is, I want to make it like cool and fun. I want to make it like a celebration of time instead of like a sad time. I want to like, I don't know. But I also just don't want to do anything crazy or special either, because I don't want it to be like a big thing too. You know? Play Dona for your graduation. That'd be freaking hilarious. Mimi, thank you so much for the dono. Let me read the thing. I must go now to do Chikage to Miku in the theater. Safe travels. Have a good trip. Let's make the last month amazing. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Chikage at the Miku movie. fucking dual logs, get out of here. I really appreciate it. We're gonna wrap up soon. I don't want to make this longer than it needs to be. I don't want to make this longer than it needs to be. I don't want to like harp on this or go on for too long. I just wanted to make sure that all of the questions that you guys had for me, because I don't want you guys to leave this stream with any sort of like, what does that mean for this, or how come this happened, or you know, whatever. So I just want to make sure that I get all your questions. Would you rather be big or small? Like in terms of like size, I think everyone would rather be big, right? I don't want to be too big, but I'd like to be generally big. Who are the winners of the Plamo contest? Here, we'll do a speed run. We had Ghosty-chan for Leora themed. We had Hi Gunner for most creative, and we had Shar for staff pick. And please watch the VOD if you were in the Plumbo contest, because I talk about it a lot, but you will get contacted sometime next week. But also you may not be contacted for a while, so just watch the VOD. If you are one of the winners, please watch the VOD and get all the information from the VOD. What are the odds we get a Canvas cover before you leave? I'll try to do Canvas in karaoke. I really will. But that song was a lot harder than I remembered it being. Man, I want to rewatch Eureka 7 so bad. So Wilkeries used the redemption form for just everything we haven't gotten yet? Yes, please. Please. I would very, very, very much appreciate it. Yeah. Any other questions regarding my affiliate status? We need to know about the Meat Babies. We finished that. We finished it. We actually finished that game. We actually did finish that game. But yeah, I want to just make sure I answered all the questions. Is there any confusion? Anything I wasn't clear on? Anything I missed? I think like I got everything. I just joined. May I ask what the last stream is? I would suggest you watch the VOD. I don't think I'm going to be able to talk about it well enough right now, but I will be an affiliate, basically going on indefinite hiatus, essentially. What is square root of 25? Mods, kill him! No kidding. I'm kidding, don't kill him. No math, I hate math. Can you explain everything all over again? Mods, kill him! Be good, I think. Give me a week. Well, hopefully the 2 weeks will be, thank you, Mod Curie Blue. She's mad with power. Hopefully the 2 weeks will be a good time for everyone to sort of like think about it and try to, you know, get, I don't know, like come to terms with everything. And after the 2 weeks, if you guys still have any more questions, please feel free to ask me. What brand of tissues do you recommend for crying? Okay, genuinely, I do recommend buying like Kleenex brand tissues. I'm not sponsored. Kleenex, please sponsor me. But I think if you buy cheap tissues, it actually makes your nose all like red and horrible. So why do you have so many fucking accounts, dual logs? Get ones with lotion. There are ones that actually have lotion. And it scratches your eyes. Yeah, it's like really not good for you. So be sure to get like good ones if you do find yourself crying a lot. Not necessarily for this, but just in general. And right when we get back, we're gonna be, what do you call it? It's gonna be our anniversary very soon after that. So just keep that in mind. I want to join Whale Crease to see your OG design, so I'm guessing I should ignore the SIM card stuff since I'm joining now. Yeah. If it's just 1 month, I would ignore the SIM card stuff, but yeah, unfortunately. Sorry. I would offer it, but it's just, I'm gonna have a lot on my plate. Sorry. Yeah. Aloe vera tissues are nice. Yeah. Anything that has like the moisturizing stuff in it, the tissues are softer and it'll be a little bit better. No, I understand. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, if you want to see the OG design, that is all in the Whale Curry, under the Whale Curry paywall. So you can see those there. But okay, it doesn't seem like anyone has any other questions in terms of, so I'm hoping that means I covered most of everything that people were curious about. If you missed part of the stream, please watch the VOD. I talk about a lot of the things and I talk about it in as much detail as possible. Will there be more podcasts? Yeah, there will be more podcasts before I leave. What about the little shorts? You mean like the animated shorts? So all of my content, from what I know, will not be going away. It should all still be there. That is my current understanding. I don't know. Maybe not. Can the 3D printed earpiece be included in fan litter? I don't know, but you can try and we'll see if staff sends that to me or not. That's staff's discretion. You can try and see if they send it to me. Oh, the Whale Curry ones. Oh shoot. So the Whale Curry ones, maybe we could just make those live. Let me make a note for myself. Thank you for reminding me about that. Whale Curry shorts made public. Thank you. Yeah. The Whale Curry shorts will make private afterwards. Those ones are hidden behind a paywall because they're very out of character. They're very like GFE. Like some of them are really intensely GFE. So we put those behind a paywall, but I'll just put those. It's fine. It's a long time ago. I don't think anyone is going back and being like, oh, Leora's GFE now at this point. Gunpla friend experience. So true. So true. Gunpla friend experience. We get to watch the super fan service ones. Yeah. Good friend experience. Yeah, good friend experience. Exactly. Yeah, I do GFE. Good friend experience. Okay. We're gonna call it a day here because my head I'm getting a little dizzy now. I really appreciate. Wait, really, thank you so much for upgrading to Whale Crease. Appreciate it. I really do appreciate everyone's kindness in chat and everyone's acceptance of everything and all of the. I wish there was a better way that I could have. I'm sure there is a better way that I could have delivered the information, and I know it was a little bit sudden and random, and we kind of went from like this emotional roller coaster of like yippee concert, but I was really, first of all, trying to weed out randos, and then second of all, trying to sandwich it with some good information so that it didn't feel too much like a letdown. And I really do hope that I was able to distill everything to the best of my ability. Please do not make this a big deal. I mean, you can make it a big deal internally with other Palqueries. That's totally fine. You guys can wallow in your, in whatever, the death of Lyra as a character. But please do not, you know, I don't really want other people to care about this because they don't care about this. And I don't want drama farmers to farm drama. I don't want people to have speculations because I've literally explained everything. There should be nothing left for speculation. Nate, thank you so much for 25 months of Whale Careers. Thank you for every amazing moment. Thank you for every amazing moment. Yeah. I would really, really, really appreciate if we could kind of just keep it within the community and celebrate all the cool things that have happened and that will happen. And, again, know that I always am trying to prioritize your best interests too. I would never do anything that, you know, this was a really hard decision for me too. I'm sure you guys know, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. So yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. Appreciate all of you guys. I wish there was another way, and I wish there was something else that could be done, but this is the only way I knew or I could think of to do it. So yeah, sorry. Who of your VTuber friends know? A lot of my friends know. Well, most of my friends knew that I was leaving. I don't think a lot of them knew that I was going to be doing this announcement today because, like I said, I was very secretive in this announcement. But most of my friends that you see me talk to or collab with regularly, they all know. So this is not a surprise. But please, again, don't bring it up to them. Don't bring it up to them. Don't bring it up in their communities either, because their communities aren't necessarily my community. They don't need to know. And if anybody feels really let down by all of this, I am really sorry. I really am. And I think that's that's the saddest part for me of all of this, is the people that are gonna feel let down by this. And I'm really sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm running out of words. Okay, let's call it an end of stream because I don't want to keep harping on this. Alright, thank you so much for 19 months of Whale Cruise. I think I joined stream at the wrong moment. Please watch the VOD. Please watch the VOD. Thank you, thank you, thank you. ADHD, nothing. Member for a year. Congratulations on your sword. Thank you. Your streams have been a real source of joy for me, and I'm glad to be able to have been in your community. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for being a part of the community. Like, insane. Jinx, thank you so much for 23 months of membership. Appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate everything. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys being so chill about everything, and for being so accepting of everything, and for being amazing in chat. I asked the mods to especially be here today, and they basically almost didn't need to be here because you guys were great, amazing. And I think we did actually weed out a lot of the randos, so. Yumigari, thank you so much for becoming a member. Sarah R, thank you so much for 17 months of membership. You're the best ever. Always love your content personally. Thank you. You've always been an inspiration. Thank you. Your maturity and unapologetic style is what makes you so special to watch. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. They were needed for the vile duologues. Yeah, that's the only one that they had to shoot down, basically. Zelda, thank you so much for the dono. Never in a million years will you taking care of yourself let me and us down. Yeah. And I hope you know that I'm trying to take care of you guys too. I hope you guys know. Ghosty Chat, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. You didn't have to do that. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, thank you. I hope the coma bed will be cozy is a crazy statement. Okay, we're gonna call it an end here. Thank you guys again. If you have, you know, if you have any other like things, we'll talk again when I'm back. I'm gonna go pack and do some final stuff that I need to do before I leave. And I'll be back after my business trip. As you guys know, I don't really tweet a lot when I'm overseas, especially when I'm with other people. I don't like to look at my phone. So I will do my best to try to like tweet updates here and there, but I can't promise that. I'll do my best. Okay, Leotsu, I love you guys. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I feel awful. And I hope you guys know that it was not easy making this decision, so I'm sorry. But I really care about you guys a lot. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, Sophie. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Leotsu. Bye-bye!